All right, you guys ready? You guys ready to bring on Dave? Hells yeah. Let's go. Let's fucking go, fam. Oh shit. No, that's too loud. Ah, okay, that's better. Yo. Yo, Dave. Can Yeah, yo, everyone remember to like the stream, fam. Like the fucking stream. Don't forget. Fucking War Corpse. Get your ass in here. Get your audio sorted, fam. Get your voice and audio settings. Get him sorted, yo. Get your mic connected, and you're. Okay, he's figuring it out. He's figuring it out. Discord can be a bitch, all right. I won't even hold that against Dave. Discord is a bitch. Fuck Discord. Discord was jerking me around yesterday, all right. Gives me some time to vape. Say gay, say gay, say gay. Why the fuck do you hesitate? Turn the other cheek while you hating on the meek. Holier than thou while you praying on the weak. Play of persecution, it's supremacy you seek. Disown your own kids from the guise of critique. Sowed your own morals up the motherfucking creek. Never stop to feel all the havoc that you wreak. Saying God is love while you calling all his children a freak. Bitch, who the fuck are you to speak?
And all that fucking noise, it ain't gonna change the reality. You're
Damn.
born a girl, you're born a boy, bitch.
Damn. What up, Dave?
How's it going, Lady Hopium? Now you wanted this little shindig with me.
I mean, hey, you were trying to get a hold of me for a while too. You
No, I really wasn't, but you know what? I don't care.
I
So
I
you
under
wanted me to talk to me, so I'm here now.
Yeah, well,
So what would you like to talk about?
I don't know. What were you responding? I hear you were watching my video. Like what do you take issue with?
Well, to be honest, you're the one that wanted me here, so why don't you take issue with what I said, and then I'll defend it.
Well, I wasn't watching your stream, so feel free
Well,
to.
what started it was you watching my video, so why don't you actually defend what I said, and then I'll respond to it.
What video? I wasn't watching.
You're gonna have to defend what you've said about me.
What have I said about you?
What started this was you said certain things about me. I'm sure you remember them.
I don't. You gotta.
But
refresh my
you're
memory.
not.
What are you taking issue with?
Well, then obviously. Well, okay, fine then. If you can't really remember what in the hell you said to me,
I've responded
and
to a
since
lot of your
I really
videos.
don't care.
My last video responding to you, I was actually kind of agreeing with you.
Well, yes, you were, but why don't you go? But why don't you go before that? What specific points do you have a disagreement with me? What specific points do you have a disagreement?
I have a
me?
disagreement on your takes on trans issues, for one.
Okay, like what?
You're I mean, you came in here being like, oh, like a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl, which, I mean, no one is really
not.
No one's contesting that. Like, what? I just you know
Most
what?
of the trans community is.
Um,
Most of your community is.
how so?
That girls can have penises and boys can have vaginas.
Well, they can.
And girl and biological males can compete with women in sports, and even though they completely dominate them.
No, I don't think that anyone who hasn't been on hormone replacement therapy for at least 2 or 3 years should be allowed to compete against cis females. But once you've been on hormones, that's a completely different story. And there's actually studies to.
It doesn't alter bone density. It doesn't alter the fact. Look, I could go through a whole list of musculature and all that other thing, but at the end of the day, listen, you're either a double X or an XY chromosome, and that's what you are. There is no way
No, there's
to
actually
change
other
that.
combinations. There's intersex people, and we're actually learning that there's a lot
Okay,
more.
you're right. There's a 1 in about 100 million chance of that happening.
Not exactly. I mean, it's not something that most people get tested for. Um, but like some LGBTQ plus people have gotten tested and are some variation of intersex, and we're finding that that's more
LGBT,
common.
LGB, LGB, LGB is sexuality. And there's only 3 sexualities on the planet, by the way.
No, I think sexuality is a spectrum.
T is a little different,
I,
and T is causing enormous damage to our society.
how exactly?
Well, I don't know. Do you think it's right to give hormone blockers to 5-year-olds?
Uh, no, but I don't think I don't. I've never heard of that happening. I think it's okay to give hormone blockers to
You mean
12-year-olds
you've never
who have.
heard
I
you mean you've never heard of a child called Jazz who had a goddamn reality show built around this shit?
Some weird outlier case that is not even close to the
No, it was
majority.
on national television.
I mean,
And there are plenty of
yeah, and there's a lot of
cases I can bring up of, yes, very small children in elementary school being given hormone blockers.
you wouldn't need hormone blockers until you started having puberty, and they don't give hormone blockers to kids unless they've gone therapy first. Normally multiple therapists. So I don't know what you're talking about. This just doesn't happen.
First off, yes, they do. The preponderance of evidence is on my side on this.
Well,
because
I'd like
again,
to see some
California
evidence if
wanted
you
to
have
pass
some.
a law. California wanted to pass a law to make it illegal for teachers to tell parents that their elementary school children wanted hormone blockers. Also, there are a preponderance of, again, I hate to bring this up again, Californian parents that have their kids, especially if they're upper middle class because they're bored, both their kids are on hormone blockers. When you find a family with 2 transgender children, something's wrong in that equation.
How do you know that?
Because it's not that common.
We first of all, we don't know how common it is. Trans people have been marginalized and made invisible for generations. I mean, it wasn't socially acceptable at all.
First off, let's be honest. Up until about the late 20th century, it was virtually impossible to transition in the first place. Second off, nobody cared because you were at the true number, which was so low that no one cared. But you were just considered gay or lesbian.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's because no one cared. People were not seen. People didn't know what they were.
You were accepted in society.
How?
What I'm saying is,
if a
guy wanted to dress up as a woman in the Roman Empire, he'd just be considered gay, and no one cared.
Well, yeah, there were other societies where things like that were more acceptable. So why does our society have such a problem with it now?
We don't. We have a problem when you push it on children.
We're not pushing it on children.
The hell you're not. I just had a baby book called Bye Bye Binary.
Look, I don't know if you.
I have that photo on my Twitter. I can show it to you right now.
Show it to me because I'm curious what the problem even is with this book.
Okay, at Bacon Man Pro, Here we go. Oh yes, here we are. This is a book in the cardboard form for babies because babies love to rip paper. This is Bye Bye Binary. This is a baby book.
Can you DM it to me?
I'm showing it to you on my screen. Just go to my YouTube.
Jesus, I'm not looking.
It's right on my YouTube channel. Just mute it.
Hang on. All right. And what's the problem with this book?
This is a book for babies.
Yeah. And what's it about?
Oh, gee, I don't know. The title is Bye Bye Binary.
Yeah. And
And you don't think that's a little fucked up?
do you know what that means?
The gender binary in which we all live under?
Yeah. The socially imposed gender binary that really doesn't
It's
mean
not
much of
socially
anything.
imposed. It's scientifically imposed.
How? Where in science says that?
Because you either have a dick or a clit,
Okay.
one of the two.
Okay, but what?
And if yes, of course, if you're one of the rare exceptions, which is by the way way less than 1% of the population, if you're one of those, one of them is active, one of them is not. That one just gets cut off.
What? I don't even know.
Okay, if you're born a hermaphrodite, where you have both male and female organs, one of them is turned on, the other is not. That one just gets cut off.
I mean, there's lots of different types of intersex people. There's not just one type.
No, there's not. Yeah. They're just lying to themselves.
No.
You can't change your DNA. You can't change your chromosomes.
There are people who are born with XXY, XYX, like various different
Some's dominant. They're one of the two.
Okay, but like, don't you think that maybe like the fact that some people can be born with different chromosomes means that like maybe there could be more
one
than
of the
just
two
genders?
genders won out. I mean, are there always going to be anomalies? Sure, but again,
it's a little more than an anomaly when you look at how many trans people are coming out.
Because they're choosing to live a lie.
Why would we do
About
that?
99% of trans people are choosing to live a lie.
Explain to me why I would choose to live a lie.
Well, one, it makes you special.
It makes me special. I get harassed online. I get harassed on the streets. I have a higher chance of getting raped or killed in public. I get people yelling hate speech at me just when I go to the fucking mall. Like, oh, that makes me feel so special. I love that. Like, also, multiple family members have fucking disowned me. Like, why would I make this decision to like to feel special? Like, what? Do you want to feel special, Dave? Is that your issue?
All right, let me about the point. If I had to guess, you probably had already cut yourself off from family members long before you decided this. And as for the ones that did remain, that didn't give a rat's ass, well, your most likely constant activism caused them to go, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. As for your fear of getting killed or raped, well, it's pretty low. In the entire country of 330 million people, we had 27. We had 27 trans deaths last year.
Maybe.
And of those, we have to acknowledge which were caused by a freak out, which again, I still say charge him with murder. A drug deal gone bad, because like it or not, drugs are a big part of trans culture, whether you like it or not.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, pretty much necessarily. They're outweighed by most of the other groups. And three, and finally get down to, was it just because they were trans? Of all the trans people that were killed, I would say probably 3 of them, of the over 20,000 people murdered in this country a year, again, of over 330 million people, is insignificant. You're pretty safe.
But
And look, if I seen somebody fucking with you on the street and I was there, I would intervene.
would
Okay,
you
and I'm
now?
supposed to be the misogynistic piece. Yes, I would.
All right, well, I'll give you credit for that. I look, I'm just saying, there's a lot of shit that trans people got to deal with, and like
Just because,
the very
unfortunately,
idea that we chose this is laughable. Like,
a lot of you did. Or at some point, it's a
how do you
choice.
know that?
Okay, you said you want to date lesbian girls.
Yes.
Right now, you're in a real small market because most lesbians don't want you because you have a dick.
And I know several lesbians who do want me and don't care.
Yes, they're bi girls.
No, they're lesbian. Trust me, I've dated bi girls and I've dated lesbians. I know the difference.
So lesbians, by definition, are people exclusively attracted to women.
Yes, women and or
They're bi
femininity.
girls.
Yes, I'm a woman. There, believe it or not, Dave, there are lesbians out there who disagree with you on whether or not I'm a woman.
Okay.
And as
Look,
lesbians, I would feel like they would be the experts on that, right?
okay, fine. Look, I hope you find love and I hope you have every happiness in it. But at the end of the day, they're not real fucking lesbians.
Okay.
Lesbian, by definition, is the woman who loves only exclusively women, and you don't meet that criteria.
I'm very feminine. I sound like a woman. I
Does
have
it?
tits.
I just did a video with a gay guy who sounded more feminine than you, and he's a gay dude.
Okay. I have tits. Want to see them? I got real titties.
I have tits too, but it's because I've decided to eat 500 Baconators
I have estrogen.
and drink 5,000 gallons of beer.
I have estrogen coursing through my veins. What do you like?
I have estrogen coursing through my veins. Every human does.
Okay, so are you a woman too?
No,
You have
I'm a
tits,
male.
but you have tits, and you.
Yeah. Every male has breasts, be they like Chris Hansen's or me, which are a
What?
nightmare.
What if you found out that you were born a hermaphrodite and they actually removed your vagina before you knew anything about it?
If I were to find that out due to one reason or another, I'd just be like, well, I'm male.
But what if you're not?
But I am male. I know I am.
How do you know?
Well, again, to drag out the old story, I put on a dress because, Bugs Bunny did it all the time. And it was a screw up in, some hand-me-downs from cousins of mine. I put on a dress, wore it for a little bit. My older brother freaked out. And so I wore it a little bit longer to tease the shit out of him. And after a couple of days, I just, whatever, who cares?
And the dress didn't feel right to you?
It didn't feel one way or the other. It was an article of clothing.
Well, what about people who were born male who try on a dress and they do feel something?
Then I'd say it's an article of clothing.
I mean,
You're
sure.
not a female.
Well, sure, that doesn't necessarily make
And the
one a female.
dress is never
I'm
going to
not
fit you right anyway.
Well, that's not true. I have plenty of dresses that fit me right.
Then you had to get them custom tailored.
No, I don't know if you know this, but like not every male is born with the same type of body. I'm actually pretty fucking scrawny, and I'm smaller than most of my sisters who were able to beat me up through most of my fucking childhood and probably still could. Like, I'm pretty fucking small.
I'm pretty fucking small too, but I can whoop my sister's ass. And two, you don't have a female's hips, which is what's needed for a dress to maintain its shape. Or at least the intended effect
my hips
on the male gaze.
I don't know if you know this, but HRT actually can cause your hips to change. It causes fat to redistribute in your body, and
You're telling me HRT can cause you to basically have a different bone structure?
not a different bone structure, but like it changes the shape of your body. Absolutely.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
And let's be clear.
How many trans
All
women
the
have you met who
all
have?
the surgeries and all this and everything we do for trans people, it's all cosmetic bullshit. You're never going to be a fucking woman. Let's be real here.
I mean,
You're still going to have the same goddamn chromosomes I do.
I don't care about that. I care about feeling comfortable in my body. I care about actually being feeling comfortable in my as myself.
Well, then you do you, but here's the other thing. You're an adult. I have no problem with you living your life however you choose.
Well,
I have a big problem when you want to force it on kids.
See,
or try to get me to accept it.
See, this is the problem. I'm not trying to force it on kids. I view it from a very different perspective because, you see, I have actually always known this about myself. Like I said earlier, I used to picture myself as a girl. I used to watch Disney movies, picture myself as the princess with another princess when I was really, really young. I used to try on my sister's clothes when no one was home when I was really, really young. I did ballet for many years, and I wanted to do the girly parts, but I had to do the boy roles because I had to wear the boy outfit, you know, and I knew what I wanted from a very young age. And I grew up in an environment where I was not able to express these things, and I felt stifled, and I felt not allowed to be myself. And that kept me from accepting myself for many, many, many years. And I wasted a lot of my life. I could have gone on HRT when I was 20. I could have if I'd known about it, gotten on puberty blockers. And I would by the way, you talk about like bone structure and shit. Like if you get on HRT early enough, like it's almost unrecognizable as being born as a male.
Hell, it's not. Look at the most famous person put on puberty blockers. Jazz.
I don't know that person.
Person is destroyed. She's the most famous one of them all.
Yeah.
You had to have heard her name.
So is Honey Boo Boo. I don't know what your point is. Like, should we...
At Jazz now. She is destroyed.
Okay, and so is Honey Boo Boo.
And I'm even nice.
Let's go after child pageants. Let's go after people that like sexualize children.
I'm fine with going after that too.
Because, by the way, what you're talking about is a small outlier. Look, if what you're talking about is true, and there are actual parents that are forcing that on their kids, it's disgusting. But it's also a tiny minority. Most trans kids actually have the opposite problem, where their parents do not accept that.
Question. Let me ask you a question, Lady Hopium.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have been just as happy without all this shit if you'd have just been in a feminine gay, a very feminine gay male that maybe did cross-dressing, like drag queen shit?
No, that...
Would you have been fine with that?
No, I wouldn't, because that's not me.
So you're so sure you're a lady?
Yes. And by the way, there's actually studies to show that, like, trans women's brains, even before they start HRT, tend to be more like that of cis women. Same with trans men, tend to have the brains more similar to cis men, even before transition.
Tell you what, I'm fine with those in adult brains.
But that can happen in a child brain too.
No, I'm not. No, you're not gonna do this. A child's brain is still developing.
You're using 5-year-olds as an example when that's not like most medical.
I don't care if they're. I don't give a fuck if they're 5 or 18-year-olds. Their brain is still developing.
That's a very big difference, and you can know what you want at 12 years old, and it's not completely irreversible either.
You can't.
Yes, you can.
Yes, it is.
It's called going.
Jazz is now fucked.
You're talking about a fucking 5-year-old. That is not the same as a 12-year-old.
No, Jazz is now 21, and she is fucked. had Jazz or Jeff, whatever the fuck her name was, if they ever want to meet someone and donate their goddamn baby goo, they're done. It's over. She's
Okay.
sterilized.
Okay, that's sad. I don't know what your point is. Your one anecdotal case is
You don't think it's a problem.
I think that specific thing could be a problem.
More and more people are going to be sterilized. And by the way, if you start a kid on puberty blockers, you will cause them to never experience puberty.
No.
They're reversible to a point. Go look it up. They are reversible to a point.
Yes, and then you get on.
You can't start puberty till at 19.
Yes, you can't. I'm 27 and I'm going through puberty right now. So.
Really?
Yes, you get on the hormones, and then that gives you the correct puberty. That's what the puberty blockers are for, so that it delays puberty, and then when the child is old enough to make the decision for sure, when they're usually 18 or 19, then they make the decision to get on HRT.
So you're making a decision to go through male puberty?
No, I'm making a decision to go through female puberty.
But you were born male.
I went through male puberty. And
so you will never go through female puberty.
I am going through female puberty. It's not
How?
It's not exactly the same, but my body is changing. My body is filling with estrogen.
What, are we having a party for your fake tits being installed?
It's not just that. There's a lot of changes that happen in a trans woman's body when they
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
It's all
you haven't read up on this.
Oh, really? You have a uterus?
No, I don't have a uterus. But why do I have to have a uterus?
Kind of a prerequisite to being a woman.
I've dated a woman without a uterus before.
Okay. Do you have the extra rib?
That's a myth, fam. The fact that you think that's real is shows holy fuck. I haven't thought that since I was in fucking Sunday school. Like,
really?
Extra rib? Extra fucking rib, fam?
Because that's how they identify skeletons.
No, it's not! No, it's not!
Yes, it is.
No, it's not!
That's how the cops identify if a skeleton is male or female.
No, it's not. It's bone structure.
Do you know why they have an extra rib? It ain't because of God. It's to protect the baby that grows in their belly. Which me and you will never have to fucking worry about.
Hang on. I have to fact check this nonsense.
Tell you what, do it right along with you. Well, son of a bitch, you might be right.
Yeah, I remember looking that up specifically and seeing that was debunked. Yeah. Look, the fact is, and here's another thing.
Okay, well, to get to your point, they looked at bone structure to determine male or female.
That's fine.
We can't change that.
No one's saying you can change your sex. It's about gender.
You can't change your gender either.
Yes, you can.
Wish you may, wish you might. You're not going to be a lady tonight.
How do you know you're a man?
I was born with a cock and balls.
Is that it?
I was born. No, I was just born male.
How do you know that you're not like a femboy? Have you ever tried being a femboy?
Yeah, and it turned into a joke.
Yeah, so you're not a femboy. You're definitely a cis man. And you know this.
I'm still a man. Even if I was a femboy, I would still be a feminine man. not a woman.
My point is, only you can know. Like, your gender is
So gender is whatever the fuck you want it to be. And your experience is whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Gender is something that our society created. There is nothing.
No, it didn't.
There is nothing in biology that says pink is for girls, blue is for boys, dresses are for like pants. Like,
you're right. In Germany in the 1500s, green was for boys and yellow was for girls, but there was still a distinction between boys and girls.
Yeah, and in some societies there have been third genders, and
I would love to know one.
There's actually quite a few. Where is this?
Because the sad fact of the matter is, every single society is run on the gender binary. Even if you do find a society or two that has included those on the fringe, they're not the majority. And look, at the end of the day, I don't give a damn how you live your life, Lady Hopium. I really don't. And I hope you all the success and happiness in the world.
Then what? Like, why do you go around telling trans women they're not women?
Because they're not. And if they would like to be safe, they might want to bring that up before they go to the hotel room.
What? Fam, this fucking myth of like trans women going around tricking men, like it just doesn't happen. Maybe it's happened a few times, but like,
you're right.
I know a lot of trans women. I know a lot of trans women, and that is actually their worst fucking nightmare, to run into some dipshit like you who's gonna freak the fuck out if they accidentally see a penis. All right, I disclose to any partner before I even meet up with them what my deal is.
You're right. But the problem is, you have another great large side of you, even your argument, that thinks that some girls have penises. And I'm here to say, no, they don't. No, they don't. At least not to a large swath of straight males such as myself. Girls don't have dicks.
You realize,
now look,
you realize a penis can just be turned inside out and made into a vagina, right? And that's actually been happening for like decades, right?
Fine.
And you also realize that when
and if they're fine with it, that's their problem. My point is, if I knew that going in, it would have never gotten to that point, assuming I don't know in the first place. And by the way, considering the fact that most of the surgeries are horrible, you know the difference. That's not
going true. I've seen some actually really good surgeries. I've heard some really good stories.
I mean, you do. I mean, but the point is that as a trans woman, if you still have the same shit you're packing as the guy that's flirting with you and you're flirting with him, you might want to mention pretty early on, oh, by the way.
Well, that's yeah. Well, I don't flirt with guys, and believe it or not, women tend to be less picky about that sort of thing. So
but also, you can overpower them, so you don't have anything to worry.
Overpower them? I'm fucking scrawny. What are you talking about?
You're still male.
I'm not. My bones, my musculature,
mass, bone density.
My muscle mass is getting
still overpower 'em.
My muscle mass is getting weaker every day. I have to exercise constantly just to maintain like a normal body weight and to be able to like be strong enough to like do fucking normal activities. Like,
well, if that's true, then maybe you should stop, because it sounds like whatever you're on is killing you.
No, it's making my body more feminine, and it's
no, it's not. You're not going to
is.
change bone structure.
I don't need to. I have good bone structure. I don't care about that.
And you have to work out every day to do basic tasks?
No, I mean, like, I have to keep my body, like, I have to keep my body at a decent fucking level. I've been working out every day, but I'm still not great at it. I still feel like I'm struggling. Like I'm not able to overpower fucking anyone is my point. And I never have been, even when I was a cis male. And so the idea is laughable because like there are plenty of cis women who can overpower cis men. Like
No,
plenty.
there's not. There's very,
plenty.
very few.
I have dated many.
Very, very few.
Most women I've dated have been bigger than me and stronger than me. I like them butch, believe it or not.
Your anecdotal evidence, but I remember laughing my ass off when Ronda Rousey said she could whoop Floyd Mayweather's ass. No, she wouldn't have. And I have yet to meet a woman that could overpower me, or be quicker than me, or strike faster than me, or whatever. Guys get slapped in the face because guys get slapped in the face.
Let's be honest, Dave.
Frankly,
how many?
We're letting them.
Let's be honest, Dave. How many women have you actually been in a real room with?
Oh, in a real room with. What do you mean by a real room?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's narrow it down.
No, like how many women have you actually encountered out in the wild? How many women are your close personal friends?
Close personal friends or just out in the wild?
Either. Jesus.
Okay. In a situation where I might have actually spoken a word or two with a woman, given my profession, that number is probably up to close to 100,000.
And what about the women that you've interacted with and actually raced or wrestled or whatever
race, wrestle, whatever, but
how many women have you
just said
sports?
you just said interacted with, so okay, this is why I wanted the clarification. As for,
I know I was taking the piss out of you earlier.
Let's just say had a friendly little game, like a friendly little tussle. Okay, probably about 800.
You've had friendly little tussles with about 800 women?
Yeah, when they tried to hit me and I just stopped their arms and we wrestled around for a bit and I let them go and we went on.
Okay. Well,
now of that number,
you got your anecdotal evidence and I got mine.
Every single damn one of them, I've been able to overpower with ease.
Damn. Well, and I have anecdotal
and
evidence.
By the way, this involves a chick who is 6'4".
Well, every woman that I've ever known has been able to beat me up. So that's my anecdotal evidence.
Maybe you have another problem with you but keep in mind, I'm 5'6". I'm not much taller than you. And I've been able to easily overpower every woman I've ever had anything to deal with. Again, maybe you have another problem with you.
I don't know.
Or maybe you're not willing. I don't know.
I just think everyone's different. And I think trying to essentialize everyone is kind of fucking stupid. Like, I don't think...
But even though you have had a problem as a male, that doesn't change your fucking gender.
No, but my point
Look,
is...
at the end of the day, it's all cosmetic bullshit. If I take your blood right now and put it in a Petri slide, and half the median was to test for male, and half the median was to test for female, motherfucker, you go blue or whatever the color was.
Well, why would
for
you do
male?
That exactly?
Well, there are certain medical procedures and certain medical things that, the fact that there's actually more than a few that actually do require the fact that, you were born male.
Yeah, and
to be relevant.
it's relevant to my doctors. They know that.
Okay, so you basically just admitted it's cosmetic bullshit.
No. I look, my biological sex is male, but my gender is female. These are two different things.
No, they're not. They're kind of the same thing.
How?
I mean,
Come up with a
okay,
definition for a woman. Like you can't come up with something that like every woman has in common.
sure I can. Sure I can.
Name one.
A woman is a person that is biologically female at birth, point blank, period.
What about someone who was born a hermaphrodite?
Usually one of the two genders will be stronger and they will be identified as that gender and they'll be assigned that gender. And it's the one time where the yes will be assigned gender.
See, you
But
just
you're talking about less than 0.00, like an extremely rare condition.
I don't know. It's the people that are women that weren't identified female at birth. That number is growing by a lot, actually.
Yeah, because of
more of us every
activist
day.
dipshit leftist doctors that want to basically again feel special.
I want I don't
Are
get
there,
that.
are,
I don't get
are
that.
there
Do you want to feel
conditions?
special? Is that your problem, Dave?
No.
Are you sad because you're not like special? Because you're not like the white male, like supreme being? Is that what it is, Dave? Are you sad? Are you a sad boy?
I'd rather sit here and suffer in obscurity if I could drag down the want to feel special doctor and parents that are abusing their children through childhood transition.
How do you know that they want to feel special? Where are you getting that from?
Where else would I get it from?
I don't know.
A kid
Projection?
doesn't fucking care.
A
kid doesn't fucking care.
Projection? Maybe. I don't know. Well, how do you know people want to just be special? How do you know? How can you prove that I decided to transition just because I want to feel special? How can you prove that?
Look, I don't have the first damn clue why you decided to transition, nor do I really
that's
care.
My point. You don't.
My point is, you did it as an adult. And that's the distinction
but
that
I
I'm
wanted
arguing.
to do it as a kid, and my life would have gone a lot
better. I don't care what you wanted to do as a kid. You were a child.
My life would have gone a lot better if I could have transitioned as a teenager.
Really?
I would pass better. I would have felt better of myself for longer in my life.
I
would have spent less time hating myself.
Look, I don't give a damn what you want to do when you're an adult. But you can fucking stay the gender you're born till you're 18. After that, I don't care. And it's wrong to force this shit on kids. Because let me ask you a question.
No
Lady
one's
Hopium.
forcing it on kids.
Let me ask you a question.
You gave me one anecdotal piece of evidence.
Let's say a 15-year-old
mm-hmm.
wants to be a singer, knows in her heart it's to be a singer on that stage. Would you allow her to sign a contract with a record company if she was under 18 without parental consent?
We already do with parental consent.
No. But the way the trans laws are in certain states, kids don't need parental consent.
Do you know why that is?
So,
do you know why?
No. You're not going to get off this question.
No.
Answer it, yes or no.
Yes or no what?
Yes or no. Would you consent to someone under 18 who believes they have the music in their soul? Would you consent to them without parental consent signing a record contract?
Depends on their parents. Depends on
Yes or no?
it's
Because depending on how you answer, I can open a whole other host of litigation. Yes or no? You have to go. It's one of two, or I'm not going to get off this point. If you want to hang up, that's fine. But I am not going to get off this point. You're going to have to go yes or no.
Because I could see scenarios where that would be okay, I'm going to say yes, because I don't think that's the biggest.
Would you consider a 13-year-old, 12-year-old, 10-year-old able to consent to a contract without parental consent?
10-year-old, probably no.
Okay, so, but you're fine with a 10-year-old getting bottom surgery?
No, that literally doesn't
or
happen.
Hormone therapy,
it's impossible.
or puberty
whoa, Dave, you're spouting misinformation right now. 10-year-olds cannot get bottom surgery. 15-year-olds can't get bottom surgery, and they can't get hormones either.
But yes, yes, they can at 10. You better believe they can. Jazz did before this whole thing was a thing.
That's not medically. Most medical institutions are not okay with that. That's not how the system works.
You're against most of the trans community now. You're on my side. Welcome.
I'm sorry. Most of the trans community does not do that. That's like some weird outlier case. That's some anecdotal bullshit. You still haven't showed me that that's like a statistically.
Jazz is probably the most famous trans kid in the country.
It's one example.
I have not fucking brought up somebody irrelevant.
It is irrelevant because it's one example.
And far more kids have had this subjected to them since her.
How do you know that?
And the number is because the number is growing.
I've seen a lot of stories where parents will come out and say, oh, my child is being forced to be trans, when in a lot of cases, the parents are like my parents, who are extremely transphobic and will not allow the child to get the care that they need. So one parent goes behind the other parent's back. And I think that can be okay, because I think it's abusive for a parent to keep a child from getting the care that they need. Just like I'd say it's abusive for a parent to keep a child from getting the cancer treatment.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but excuse me. But if one parent doesn't think the kid is trans and the other parent does, they can argue their points in a court of law.
No, it should be up to a therapist.
No.
It should be up to a licensed therapist.
Oh, really? Yes. And I can have me and you go between 1,000 therapists.
Do you know what
and have our relationship described in 1,000 different ways?
Do you know what
even though we don't have one?
Do you know what the gatekeeping process actually is?
Yeah, I am kind of familiar with it.
I don't think you are.
But it's pretty much destroyed at this point.
No, it's actually pretty
hard. Why
do
you have that mom on TikTok? Why do you have that mom on TikTok forcing her son to wear a dress? Why did you have the year-long custody battle where the dad?
How do you know
where
it's
the dad
forcing? How do you know
dad to go to jail to protect his son from this whole transition bullshit?
How do you know the kid didn't want it and the dad wasn't just transphobic?
Why do leftist upper crust parents all have a trans child?
I know plenty of leftist parents that don't have trans children, but maybe the reason that there's more and more of them, is because those are the only parents that trans kids feel safe coming out to.
Or maybe it's just simply because it's fucking trendy. And if I was born to an upper crusty leftist family
that's literally
today and put on a dress, my mom would have just thought, oh, whatever, he's fucking around. And, oh my God, Dave is Dana, and we have to get him on hormone blockers.
You realize you're using the same arguments that they used against gay people to be like, oh, well, yeah, it's just the trend of being gay.
No, it's not the same goddamn argument, because nobody was trying to let 4-year-olds suck each other's dicks.
That isn't happening. What are you fucking talking about?
Nobody made the argument, though.
What?
That never happened. Nobody
argued. But they made the
argued. They were
shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
They were trying to increase the number of same-sex
People made the
couples
argument.
or what the fuck ever.
People made the argument that it's child abuse to allow children to know that gay people exist. And now you're making the argument.
No, they really didn't. Because it was everywhere in the fucking 90s, probably long before your ass was even born.
Not in my household. I was raised by one of those. I'm 27. I was raised by a fucking...
Okay, I'm 40.
I was raised by a fucking evangelical extremist family in the 90s who sheltered us from homosexuality. And
okay, well, they sheltered you, but guess what? To the rest of us, gay people have been on the fucking screen since goddamn 1990.
They started getting more prevalent, yeah, but they also faced a lot of fucking bullshit.
Exploded. And none of the Christian conservative bullshit did a damn thing to stop any of it.
How many gay kids still get fucking thrown out of their fucking houses by their parents, by their supposed loving Christian parents? How many trans kids get thrown out?
It's illegal for them to do that, but two,
it's not what your Republican lawmakers want.
Do I think that's wrong? Sure.
That's not what your Republican lawmakers want when they want to make. Because by the way,
I have yet to hear in 10 years a Republican lawmaker say anything like that. Remember, we just got through with Trump. And he flew the fucking rainbow flag, motherfucker.
Oh, get out of here. You're gonna sit here and tell me, oh, rainbow capitalism, everything's solved, guys. They're fucking Trump had a rainbow.
No, you just don't want to admit you've won. You won on this motherfucking issue.
We're winning, but we have to fight back against dipshit bigots like you.
Winning. You have won.
No, we haven't won until dipshit bigots like you learn to stop
Oh, no, I'm a dipshit bigot.
Yeah,
why?
You are.
'Cause I don't want to suck a dick?
You don't have to suck a dick. No one's telling you to suck a dick.
But you're telling me a lady with a dick is a woman. No, she's not.
Yes, you just don't have to be attracted to her.
No, I don't care. Blair White, conventionally, is attractive. But I'm done when she drops her damn pants.
Do you think someone's just not a woman if you're not attracted to them?
No, I think someone is not a woman if they have a cock.
And fucking the medical community disagrees with you. Academia disagrees with you. Broader society disagrees with you.
Okay, then you give me the study. You give me the surgery where they somehow magically changed a man into a woman down to the chromosomal level.
Maybe chromosomes don't
anything beyond.
Maybe chromosomes don't fucking matter that much. Maybe chromosomes are like a thing.
Then fine.
Most people will never
find me the pregnant male. Find me the pregnant male that wasn't born a female. Exactly.
There are plenty of pregnant.
You can't find me.
There are plenty of
a
trans
pregnant
men.
Female. You can't find me a pregnant male that was not born a female. A trans man was born a female.
Why are you so hung up on like getting pregnant? I know plenty of cis women who can't get pregnant for many different reasons.
They were born women.
But they can't get pregnant.
It comes down to what you are born with.
They don't have a uterus.
I don't care. It comes down to what you were born with.
Why? Why are you limited to that?
Because that's, unfortunately, that's the way it is. It's one of the two.
It's not the way it is, though. Yes,
it is.
Science and technology has vastly changed, and you don't have to be just stuck the way you were born.
Yeah, through cosmetic bullshit.
It's not cosmetic bullshit. We realize that gender dysphoria is a real thing. It is a real thing, and the best way to treat it is to transition.
And
it's not just
there's
cosmetic.
There's a reason why the suicide rate,
yes,
both
there
pre-op
is,
and post-op, is 40%, because it is just a cosmetic procedure.
My brother in Christ, you caused the suicides. You, people like you, are causing the suicides, bitch. Your attitude,
I'm not giving them guns.
Your attitude towards trans people, that is what causes the suicide. You don't have to suck a dick. No one's telling you to suck a dick. Most trans women don't fucking want you.
Well, at some point, okay, so this is
I don't want you. Get out of here.
This is what you want.
I don't want to suck your dick.
This is what you want. You want me to hit on a trans woman, make out with her, and then somehow when we get back to my place, clothes are coming off, and she's got a big floppy wiener, and what am I supposed to do?
How often do you think that's going to happen? Because
well, not many, because I can actually tell when a dude's a tranny, but let's say she actually passes.
Look, this is again a thing that just doesn't happen for the most part. Trust me.
If you want everyone, to live
you talk
a
about
lie.
Fam, you talk about how statistically insignificant the number of trans women are, but now you're whining about the fucking minuscule possibility of maybe accidentally dating pick up a trans woman at a bar who has a penis. Like, are you fucking high? Are you fucking serious, fam?
I wouldn't kill her, but the idea,
wouldn't you just be like, oh, there's a penis, I'm not interested in that?
There are a number of you that are killed.
Yes.
It's minuscule.
It happens, though, because of people like you and your attitude.
No, it doesn't. Why do I think the vast majority of trans deaths are related to, A, somebody losing their shit, and by the way, I do believe they should be punished. 2, why do I think it's just a drug deal gone bad?
That's just pure speculation on your part.
How many of them are killed?
That is pure speculation.
How many of them are killed because they are, specifically because they're trans? Maybe 1?
I don't know, but I've known multiple trans women who have been attacked on the streets just for being them. I know trans women who have
made out with somebody and didn't bother before making out to let them know their status.
I know trans women who have gone on dating sites and thought they were talking to some sweet guy who wanted to meet up with them, and then they go meet up and a bunch of dudes jump out of a van and beat her half to fucking death. I've known people who have had that fucking happen to them.
Fine. If you're telling the truth, fine. They should be arrested. That's wrong. No problem saying that.
But this idea that, like, trans women are going around trying to trick you, it's just not happening. It's not. I'm sorry. Well, by the way, fam, hang on. I'm going to explain something to you about being trans, motherfucker. If I am going to get into a sexual encounter with someone, I don't know if you know this, but like most people kind of want to be with someone who's into them, who wants to fuck them. I want someone who wants my body, not someone who's going to be grossed out by it. So if I even think that someone I'm talking to, chatting up in a bar, might not be okay with the fact that I have a dick, I'm gonna try to let them know somehow, and most fucking trans women will.
Well, the sad fact of the matter is, while I respect your position, you're in the minority. A lot of trans women think that dicks are lady parts.
No,
and they're not.
I'm sorry, that's just not true.
And they want men. Okay.
There are plenty of men who want trans women. I know plenty of men who want trans women.
I don't. Look, if you're a guy that wants trans women, if you're a trans woman that wants men, I don't care.
You seem to care a lot.
But be honest before anything happens. Okay? And yes, I would say if a guy is willing to suck lady dick, he's at least bi, if not gay.
Do you think that if a straight male gets pegged by his girlfriend that he's gay?
He's probably very, very bi-leaning, yes.
But what if he has no interest in men at all and doesn't even like cocks? Just likes his girlfriend fucking him with that dildo.
He wants a cock up his ass.
No, it's a dildo.
He wants a cock.
It's his girlfriend.
It's a cock.
It's his girlfriend, though.
Okay, fine. It's a cock-shaped plastic thing worn by his girlfriend while she fucks him up the ass. I would tell that girl, because I did have this situation with a friend of mine, and she brought this up, and she asked what I thought about it, and I said, don't be surprised if you find him in bed with a dude.
Okay, more anecdotal.
And sure enough, about a year later, came home, found him in bed with a dude.
Okay.
Straight men, at least normal straight men, Do not want
That's
shit going up their ass.
that's one example. I know some straight men who do like stuff up their ass.
If I put it to a poll right now, I guarantee you it would be on my side.
Not in my
Men do not
audience.
want their. Well, my audience would be the other way. Because I
Well,
guarantee you,
your
straight
audience
men
doesn't
do
have
not
a
want
lot of fun.
their girlfriend putting a strap on and fucking them up the ass.
I don't know. I know a lot of dudes who would think that sounds like fun.
So wait a second. You claim you're a lesbian.
Yeah.
who
I didn't
wants
say
to
I
date
engage
lesbian
with those dudes.
chicks, but you want somebody to put a strap on and fuck you up the. Like you're
No,
really
I
all
didn't
over
say.
the map here.
I didn't say
dog.
that. I didn't say that. I said I know people who are like that. I mean, I honestly don't know what my sexuality is. I don't use my dick at all.
It's pretty easy to find out. There's only really 5.
No, there's lots of different ways to have sex.
No, there's not. Either you're exclusively male female, exclusively male male, exclusively female female, or you're bisexual, in which case shit happens
What if you're
on
poly?
whatever day of the month it is.
What if you're poly and pan?
And sexuality doesn't exist.
How not? You can't
Because if you're bisexual, you wouldn't give a rat's ass about the genitalia of your partner for the night.
Some bi people do.
Okay, they're still bi.
You realize genital preference is not the same as sexuality.
You realize that genitals do determine sexuality.
They play into it, but there's a lot more there. There's a lot more to sexual encounters than just.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
It comes down to
I'm sorry. That's no offense, but that sounds like a very virgin opinion.
Okay. I'm making out with a girl, or at least what I think is going to be a girl. And she informs me that, well, fuck it. I'll just go again with the Blair White conundrum. Okay, fine. Me personally, my thought was, well, now the making out means nothing, but let's finish our drink. I did enjoy hanging out with you. Want to go to the ball game tomorrow? Like, I'll be their friend. Like, believe it or not, Lady Hopium, would I go out to the bar with you? Yeah. Are we going to do anything after that? No. There's a difference between being my friend and being a romantic partner.
Sure.
Again, would I go to dinner with you? Would I hang out with you? Would I go to the ball game? All that shit? Yeah, sure, no problem. Would I get drunk with you? Yeah. But there's no way I can drink enough.
Well, I wouldn't want to fuck you, so, and probably a
Good,
lot of
we're
trans
both
women
on
wouldn't.
for once we're on the same page.
I'm not into dudes. I'm actually a little asexual.
What the fuck is asexual?
Asexual. I'm on the ace
Oh,
spectrum. Yeah.
asexual.
Yeah, it means I don't always like the sex.
Are
only
you
sometimes.
just giving yourself an excuse to fuck lesbians who don't want you because you have the equipment they don't want?
Some lesbians don't care.
Of course, some lesbians don't care. They're called bi chicks. Now, fortunately for you, my friend, they are more numerous.
I've met lesbians who are not attracted to men or masculinity in the slightest, who find me really hot. Yes, I know I was being reductive with the asexuality.
Any
I was.
chance of them putting your lady penis in them? Did it get to that point or anywhere near that point?
I would not want to do that. Probably. I don't use my penis. There's other ways to have sex. You understand?
Yeah, I know that, but
Have you ever eaten out a woman?
yeah, but even lesbians scissor.
No, they don't. That's such a fucking like. I'm sorry to laugh at you, but like, no,
Have you been on fucking porno sites?
yeah, they do that for the benefit of men because porn is made for men. Most lesbians do not scissor. There's not much of a point to scissoring. I mean, some women like doing it, but like a lot don't. Uh, yeah, most people are not scissoring. Jesus. Porn is real. Yeah, are you getting all your sex education from porn? I think I'm starting to see where your issue is.
I'm just kind of still stumped here.
Why do you hate trans women, Dave? I just that's what I want to know. What's your
I don't.
problem? You seem to have
If you want my,
you seem to have a beef.
if you want my, if you want my honest opinion, I don't hate trans women, and I don't hate the trans community. What I hate is one, it being forced down everyone's throat. Two, I hate it being forced in schools. And three, I hate everyone trying to fucking, well, for lack of a better term, normalize it because you're not normal.
Why not? What is normal?
Normal is the consensus, and you're not the consensus.
What is the consensus, and where does that come from?
The consensus is natural born man meets natural born woman.
Well, that's not the academic or medical consensus.
I could give a rat's ass about the academic census. They've been fucked up for 20 fucking years.
Oh, do you not believe in evolution?
Yes, I do, but evolution for the last, I don't know, 300 or maybe even longer than that, about 500 million years has gone on men or a male of said species fucking female of said same species.
And there's been a lot of outliers.
You're right.
A lot of different cultures, a lot of societies.
No, there's not been societies. There's been actual species. Now, yes, can some species flip between male and female?
Some species reproduce
You're
asexually.
right. You're right. They can. However, they actually did make the flip. Humans cannot. Now, as for species reproducing asexually, usually those are confined to about single cell organisms.
I think human evolution is gone far beyond biology at this point. We evolve alongside technology. Look at all the things that we were able to do. Look at medical science, like all these illnesses and diseases that would have naturally killed people otherwise. Look at all the things that we're able to.
All to do with biology, nothing to do with technology.
Yes, it does. It has to do with science, scientific advancements.
Yes, it has the technology to bring us better biological solutions.
When a person replaces their arm or their leg with a synthetic replacement, like that's a person augmenting themselves, evolving with technology. This is another. I view trans people as like the next step in like transhumanism. We can become whatever the fuck we want. Why not? If we could completely alter ourselves and make ourselves like I don't know, like never have to piss again, or give ourselves titanium lungs so we can smoke all we want and never have to worry about getting lung cancer? Why would we not do these things? And if you're a person,
I'll give you perjuries. Hold up. Because there'll be a group of activists like you that don't want it. Right now, we can cure deafness. But there's a large swath of deaf people that want that banned. Because people should be proud to be deaf.
That's
just like you should be proud to be trans.
No, that's not the same thing though. Because being trans doesn't really get in the way of my life, and in fact,
well, I thought trans was a medical condition.
No,
not just a what I feel like state of being.
It's part of that. Transitioning medically is like dysphoria is a medical condition, and that's why transitioning medically reduces dysphoria.
Could it just be you're just doing whatever makes you feel comfortable and just doing.
Why wouldn't I?
Well, whatever makes you feel happy. Well, like,
I want to be happy. I want to be comfortable. Is it any more of a lie than what you're living? Are you happy?
What lie am I living?
Are you comfortable?
Yes, very.
Okay, good on you. That's what I want. I want to be comfortable.
Except I'm living the truth. You're living a lie.
But I feel more comfortable now than I ever have in my entire fucking 27 years of existence.
All right, but the problem is at some point, Lady Hopium, and if you start feeling depressed, you can always reach out to me. But at some point, this house of cards you built for yourself is going to come crashing down.
How is that exactly?
Because quite frankly, you're not a woman. Chromosomes don't match. Your genitalia don't match. Nothing about you matches.
What if I get surgery to make my genitalia match?
Still won't matter.
The rest of my body matches pretty well.
Underneath it all, you're still a male.
I disagree.
We can disagree all you like, but you still have an XY chromosome.
Yeah. XY chromosome doesn't really do much to impede my day-to-day life. You know, my brain still
makes you male.
My brain still functions more like a female.
I'd love to know how that. Look, at the end of the day, you still have an XY chromosome. At the end of the day, you're still male genetically.
How long?
And look, I'm happy you were born in a small male body that you could pass. If you do truly feel this way, then fine. Many blessings upon you.
I appreciate it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know why you seem so triggered by trans women.
Because one, they are pushing this on kids.
No, they're not.
And two,
no, they're not.
And two,
you realize
it is living a lie. And yes, they are.
You realize the "Don't Say Gay" bill in Texas was to stop people literally even being able to.
The "Don't Say Gay" bill is not "Don't Say Gay."
Yes, it is.
It forbids teachers from K through third grade from talking about sexuality.
No, it prevents teachers from even.
Why the fuck does a K through third grade teacher need to discuss that shit? The answer is they don't.
Do you know what shit they're actually discussing? Because it's usually simple shit like, oh, some families have 2 mommies and some have 2 daddies, and some people are born as a boy and then they realize they're a girl, and that's it.
You don't do that. You don't bring that up.
Why? They're gonna see it.
Indoctrinating.
That's not indoctrinating.
Because they're too young to know what the fuck they are.
It's in the world. They're gonna see it. They're gonna see us. I exist.
Fine, and let them see it on their own time.
Why not?
Not in the schools.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's what school is for, to contextualize the real world to children.
Not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It is not
It's
to
to teach.
contextualize the world to your fucking bull. Okay,
It's
fine.
to teach the kids
you-
about
tell
the
you what,
real world
tell
that we
you
live
what,
in.
Tell you what. I will give you this point, and we'll have LGBTQ education in grades K through 3. Guess what? Then I'm going to allow the Christian conservative right-wing 700 club right the fuck in there.
They've already been doing that.
No, they haven't.
Yes,
They've
they
been kicked out
have.
completely. No, they haven't. They've been kicked out completely.
Well, maybe out of the schools, but I was raised in that shit.
Well, it doesn't matter what your parents do.
A lot
I
of
can't
parents
affect
do
fa-
that.
I can't affect private family life. But if you want to do that shit in school, if you want to go one way, then I'm pushing back on the other. And by the way, this is an atheist saying it.
Uh-huh.
But I'll be goddamned if I'm gonna let your fucking leftist bullshit dogma stand. And by the way, it does rise to the rank of a religion.
Okay.
Because it is based on faith.
Okay. Medical fact and scientific fact is based on faith. Okay.
Fact and scientific
You
fact
sound
still
like a
states
Christian,
that you're
fam.
male.
You do sound like a Christian.
Medical fact and scientific fact states that you're fucking male.
No, it states that gender and sex are two different things, and that
No, it's not. You're still male at the end of the day. If you were to be carved open, God forbid.
What is a chair?
No, you're not.
What is a chair, Dave? Can you give me a definition of chair that includes all chairs?
Okay, yes. Something that holds your weight while sitting with a back. If it does not have a back, then it is a stool.
Is a horse a chair? A horse has a back.
However,
is a horse a chair?
I can remove the back from said chair and make it a stool.
I can't remove the back from this chair, so this isn't a chair. Is a horse a chair?
And you're sitting on a stool.
You can remove the saddle from the horse.
And the horse is still a horse. You're just not sitting on it.
But you can sit on it. And it holds your weight.
You're right. That's why I also took the proviso out. It's something that is made specifically designed to hold your back. Horses are not designed to hold your back.
Not all chairs are designed to hold your back.
They are stools then.
But they're still chairs.
A chair? No. A chair is something designed to sit on that also has a back support. A stool is just something designed to sit on. A saddle would be closer to a stool.
Chair, a separate seat for one person, typically with a back and 4 legs. So, doesn't have to have a back, but typically has a back and 4 legs. Is a horse a chair?
No, that would be a stool. A chair has to have
a horse is a stool?
A horse is an animal, but he is not a chair
but you
nor
can
a
sit
stool.
on it. It has 4 legs and a back.
Well, you've already redefined the definition because both chair and stool are inanimate, non-living objects. A horse is an animate, living object.
My point is that a chair is something that we describe as a chair, and a woman is
a
chair
chair has a
set
of fucking. A chair is a set of fucking parameters
that are not always consistent.
It is an inanimate object.
It's a set of
that
parameters.
has a back.
It's a set
if it does not, it is stool.
It's a set of parameters that are not always consistent.
No, it is very consistent. It has to have a back. A male must have a dick. A female must have a vagina.
This definition in the dictionary right here does not say it has to have a back. It says typically with a back. It doesn't have to have a back.
Typically with a back, but there is a back. There can be a low back. There can be a small back.
Do you know what
there is a back?
Do you know what typically
means? If it does not, it is a stool.
Do you know what typically means? So a woman is someone who is typically someone who is born with a vagina.
Typically it has a back large enough to rest said back against. But it doesn't have to have that.
Well, maybe it
But
does
if it
for
has
you because
no
you need
back,
you need a
then
big
it
back
is a
support.
stool. No, it's because you're desperately trying to cling to your point.
No, my point stands. You're just kind of being silly.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
A chair has a back of whatever degree. A stool does not have a back.
So a horse
They are
is a chair.
two different fucking
But a horse is a chair
things.
then.
No, a horse is not.
It has a back and four legs. It is
But
a
you're
chair.
changing the equation.
How
now
am I
you
changing
have
it?
a living thing.
Nothing in the definition of chair says it can't be a living thing. Nothing.
I guarantee you it did.
A separate seat for one person, typically with a back and four legs. Nothing about that says it has to be an inanimate object.
Then a closer definition to a horse would be a stool, because generally there is no back on a horse saddle.
A horse literally has a back.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
That's why
what do you sit on?
You get bucked off and fall off.
What do you sit on? It's back. Jesus.
You sit on a saddle, but there's
you
no
clearly
back
don't know anything
to the
about
saddle.
Dave, you clearly don't know anything about horse anatomy, okay? Horses have backs, just like you and me, all right?
Yeah, but not like a chair.
But you can sit on them like a chair.
No, actually you can't.
Yes, you can.
Really? You can sit on a horse, legs front.
Yeah. You can sit side saddle. You can sit your legs across. You can, yeah. There's multiple
and there's
ways to
also
sit on
no back on said saddle either.
But that doesn't matter. The
yes,
horse,
it does.
The horse has a back and four legs. It is a chair. You are sitting on it. It's a chair. It's a seat. If you're using it as a seat, it's a chair.
You're completely changing the argument. One is a living creature, the other is an inanimate object.
There's no distinction in that definition.
Yes, there is.
No, there isn't.
Well, okay. Can a chair go forward? No, it can't.
A chair in a car can.
Nope, that's called a seat.
It's still a thing that you sit in. It's a chair.
But there are no four legs on it. No, is there?
It says typically with four legs. It doesn't have to have four legs.
Oh,
but it has a back.
So now you're arguing. Now you're arguing my point.
It has a back.
So now you just shot your own argument in the foot.
No, I didn't. I said typically.
You said the horse has four legs, so therefore a saddle is a seat, even though
it can
a saddle nowhere near meets the requirements of a seat.
I didn't say it has to have those things. I said it can have those things. This is the problem. I'm saying typically, okay, a chair has a back and four legs or any variation of those things.
How about this? Look, I've enjoyed sparring with you, but at the end of the day, you lost this one.
It's okay. If that makes you feel better to tell yourself, Dave, I more power to you.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Hell yeah. You go back to your audience. Hold your head high. You beat the dumb little trans girl. Good, amazing job, Dave. Good job. You beat up on a trans girl, and you're so tough and smart, and you're smarter than science and doctors and facts. Congratulations. You get a YouTube medal. You get a.
I have streamed our entire conversation.
So have I.
To my audience.
So have I.
And yeah,
my audience is laughing their ass off.
Well, we can check a look at your audience. And
my
but
audience
here's
is
the thing. I have people in both audience, but look, at the end of the day, look. I don't care if adults, they can do whatever they like.
You seem
However,
to, because you bitch about accidentally going to bars and running into trans women, which will never happen.
I think said women should be open and upfront about
They
things.
already are,
And if you
so
are,
that's not an issue.
no, a lot of them are not.
A lot of them are, yes.
A
Yes,
lot of them are
yes.
not.
Accidentally taking
Well,
accidentally taking home someone like you is our worst nightmare, I promise. We do everything we can to avoid stuff like that. Trust me, all right? We're not scoping out guys like you, all right? In fact, we're scoping out guys like you so we can avoid you.
first I'd say bullshit on that, but no, you need to be upfront about it.
I think I know more about trans women than you do. I have a lot of them in my audience.
I also know about women's attraction to money. That being said,
what? Money? Okay.
Yeah. Look,
the fact is, Dave,
I wish you all the best,
and it's fine. It's fine. I get it. You got issues. You feel, I don't know. You feel emasculated by us. I'm sorry that's the case. I want you to be happy, Dave. I want you to go forth, live your life, be a strong, tough, masculine man, do all the manly things that you enjoy. I want you to be happy, Dave. All right? Even if you don't, even if you shit on people like me, I just go forth and prosper. All right?
First off, I don't even fucking bring you up anymore. Second off,
oh, we'll see.
I don't fucking care. I want everyone to live their best life and all this other thing. I'm trying to leave you with a message. Oh my God. I'm trying to leave you with a message of fucking peace here, but you're pissing me off.
All right, fine. I'll play nice. Say your
look,
piece.
anyone who's trans out there, live your best life. I don't give a shit. Just keep your stupid fucking delusional bullshit out of the schools and out of fucking kids' lives. How's that? That fair enough for you?
I'll do that as long as you keep your hetero normativity and straight indoctrination out of kids' lives. Because
we're 98% of the population, so I don't know how the fuck I do that. Goodbye.
I don't know. Maybe stop sexualizing kids' cartoons. Yeah, that's one. Jesus, God. Oh God, that was fun. We had fun trolling Dave. Oh God, damn. Well, if y'all enjoyed that, guys, feel free to donate. We got a Pride goal, trying to raise money so I can go to Pride and maybe make some fucking IRL content. And if we reach $100, I'm gonna do a songwriting segment. I'm gonna do a call-in debate stream just for reaching half the goal. All right, and we got some secret goals as well. All right, some secret goals that only special fans will know about. All right, but a bunch of dope shit will happen if we reach $100, guys. Bunch of dope shit, and even more dope shit will happen if we reach $200. Hell yeah, holy fuck. That was fun. Fun little impromptu debate stream, yo. Damn. No. Don't worry, Alan. I don't need no one moderating. Trust me. I can handle myself, okay? If he got to thank you, Hyun. Thank you very much for the incredibly kind $11.11. Dave lost. His simps couldn't pull through. Ever onward. Trans thriving from NB Hierarch. Hells yes. Trans thriving, motherfuckers. Damn right. We gonna eviscerate all the chuds. All the fucking chuds, yo. Motherfuckers. Like how the fuck is lies told a love from a mother or a father who just sees as a demon. Bitch, don't even hear a screaming. Now my fucking mind is teeming. All the guilt and shame, all the hatred I became. Fuck this damn closet, I'ma never play a game. Like the fucking match came out.
Poggers.